You spoke about giving the body a little bit of exercise. That's very close to our heart. When we say exercise, we say movement, because some people get scared of the word exercise. They think gyms and trainers. Today, of course, we understand that a sedentary lifestyle is one of the root causes of most people's diseases. I want to share a story with you. So I get a lot of people with cancer and, with poor lifestyles. I was shocked when I had certain Vipassana teachers who do 45 days of deep meditation, because by then I had already established the fact that, poor lifestyle, poor emotional health, sickness. But here's someone sitting in front of me, an elderly lady, 75 years old, deep into a meditation, but sitting with an ovarian cancer. So I was like, emotionally she's set, she's doing all her work. But then we realized that physical body was neglected. They're sitting whole day. Absolutely no movement. So the body still will create disease at some point. So to you, movement and exercise, how would you integrate it into a healthy lifestyle?
There is a saying in Sanskrit, Ati Sarvatra Varjaya. That means don't do anything in extremities. Don't do anything too much. So I would say if you sit for meditation, every hour or two, you must get up and move. That's why we have a whole set of, though we do take people through meditation, silence program, retreats, make them go deep in meditation. Their meditations are deeper when they add some asanas, yogasanas, exercises.
So there's movement as well as...
Correct. See, when you meditate for 20, 30 minutes, what happens? Toxins are released in your body. Now, if you don't move your body, don't help the circulation to go, and if you don't do some breathing exercise to get that carbon dioxide out of your system, you get rusted inside. And then you are prone to, joint pains or any sort of illnesses. Though your mind may get calm, but it will take longer time to get calmer. You need to sit for a long time to become calm. If you add a little bit of pranayama meditation, I would usually recommend to anybody 40 minutes. In this 40 minutes, I would say 10 minutes of exercise, 5 minutes of breathing exercise, 20 minutes of meditation, and end that again with 5 minutes of breathing exercise. So that in meditation, whatever your body is reorienting itself or readjusting and letting go of the stress and toxins, it has an outlet through breathing.
So most people will be thinking, 40 minutes, how can I build a great body? But of course, if you link it with food as well, it's not just 40 minutes is powerful if you eat the right food. 40 minutes won't work if you're having all your outside meals and sugar and all of that stuff. Then it's going to be very less. So technically, it's food and exercise.
Food, exercise, breathing and meditation.
Breathing and meditation. So what kind of movement do you have? I heard you walk. Your team told me you walk. But I have a question for you. You actually travel to about 70 different countries in a year. How do you maintain all of your holistic lifestyle with that? Just tips. Because I know that there are going to be viewers who think they have the busiest lives traveling to New York, London, and they all have all the excuses in the world to say, oh, I'm busy, But you do it and you maintain. What are these simple tips that you could give people, besides discipline, which, everything would be fine if everyone had discipline?
Presence of mind, meditation. So if your presence of mind is there, anything you do, you put your 100%. Then, though your routine is very erratic, because you are in different countries, and I'm not fussy about food at all. Whatever food, of course I avoid sugar, but whatever food, wherever people bring, as long as it's vegetarian, I just accept it. And exercise also, again, I do whatever, as you said, I listen to the body. Sometimes I want to do some type of asanas, I do that. And depends on the time. Sometimes I get on the treadmill. Sometimes I do some weightlifting. It's all...
But I think this is an example, because people fit themselves into a regime. Weightlifting, Pilates, they don't understand that the body sometimes is telling you to do something different, or sometimes even telling you to rest. Just rest. You travel to New York, time zones change, your body doesn't want you to work out. but people run like for 20 kilometers and then they have other issues. So
I
the
think
point
I
is
follow
listening.
your philosophy to some extent.
You do? That's great. That's
So I
great.
listen to the body. That's what you
Listen
say,
to the
right?
body, yes.
You don't have to regiment yourself too much into exercise or anything. Listen to the body and take it easy.
Gurudev, I keep telling, my patients and a lot of people, your body starts whispering to you what to do, what to take. Then it also starts screaming to you. But our mind is everywhere. We can't even hear the whisper or the scream. And then sickness comes in and then you have to listen at some point.
Yes, you're absolutely right. If you're deaf, you don't listen to anything.